Being John Dillinger, a historical figure, what was your creative input in terms of acting, portraying him?
Only so much footage or only so much exists in terms of getting to know him. So you got to meld the two. What I thought he might have been, and also what I know he was. What happened for me, the key for me was that I'd done all this research, I'd read all the books, I knew everything in the world about him, and then suddenly what sparked was I realized that he was born and raised about 60, 70 miles from where I was born and raised. So suddenly I instantly went, oh my God, this guy's, he's family, And then the voice started to click, and I knew what he sounded like, and I knew that he was, in a lot of ways, very similar to my family, to my grandfather.
Dillinger, at the time, in terms of your portrayal, was a movie star, because he was very charismatic, the people loved him, but still he was an outlaw. How do you get along with this paradox?
I mean, yeah, he was a great existentialist hero in a sense that he just, he was moving forward, he didn't give any great care to what was going on, prior to, he just did what he did, and I think he'd made peace with the fact that his life would not be a long one. Yeah, he was sort of a rock and roll star. He was, the myth arrived months before he did, much like, pirates in a way, I think that John Dillinger was not. I don't think he had a particularly malicious or mean bone in his body. I think that he was out there doing what he had to do under the circumstances. That was his gig, and he sort of just did it to the best that he could do. One of the greatest quotes was, "I rob banks. What do you do?"
Do you think people has a tendency towards outlaws? They really like outlaws.
Well, I think people do have a fascination with outlaws. I mean, it's depending on the outlaw or depending on the villain. But the fact of the matter is, we like it when someone is able to get away with something, especially when it's, the banks were the enemies in 1933. The banks and the government. John Dillinger went out there and was our sort of Robin Hood. So for the farmers and the people of the plains, they were celebrating the idea that one of the good guys is winning, being Dillinger, and ultimately he knew he was going to take one for the team. So
I like baseball, movies, good clothes, fast cars, and you. What else you need to know?